Let me take you through the memory feature in Copilot. I often have people asking, can Copilot train the language model? Does it change and learn based on what I do with it? Technically, no, it does not train the underlying large language model. That is a core principle of the security of Microsoft 365 Copilot, but it does have this very cool feature in it that remembers and understands the context of your work and what you're doing, and you can actually have some influence over telling it what you would like it to remember. This is available in both the paid version of Microsoft 365 Copilot and the free version. I'm going to show you one thing in here which is only in the paid version, but you can do most of this in the free version. Let's get into it. Copilot Memory will pick up on the things that you're working on, things that you repeat, things that you either explicitly or implicitly ask it to remember. So for instance, if you say, please remember that I am in Melbourne, Australia, the phrase please remember explicitly triggers the memory. Now, if you are using Microsoft 365 Copilot paid version, it's actually got access to all of your business data and all of your work data, and it may infer that already. So free or paid version, this is something that you can do. So would you like me to keep this in mind for future conversations? Yes. And even if you spell it wrong, you'll see this little thing that pops up here, which is memory updated. And what that's done now is it's explicitly logged a memory, and I'll go in and show you where this is in a moment. That means now every time I ask about things, it's got that context for me. It knows my time zone, my public holidays, any regional things. And if I'm using it in the paid version to access policies and things, it's got that in mind. But one of the best things that you can do with this, and this is something that everyone wants, is get it to sound like you when it writes an email. So let's have a look at what normally happens if I start a new conversation and I say, write an email to a customer letting them know that we have a new product releasing next week. Now, this is a very broad and general prompt. You'll see what happens first is that it writes it in a very generic tone. Now, I'm delighted that it says, I hope you're doing well, but usually it says, I hope this email finds you well. It's also going with dear, best regards. This doesn't sound like me. This sounds like AI. It sounds very general. Now, if you have the paid version of Microsoft 365 Copilot, you'll be able to do this next part. If you don't, you'll have to get it from your human brain and then come back so you can still do the rest of it. If you're in the paid version, what I want you to do is use this prompt. Please review my recent sent emails and describe my tone and style. Now, this is a demo account. I don't know that I've sent many emails, and in fact, most of the emails I've sent from here probably are fairly AI generated, but anyway. Oh, okay. Your tone consistently comes across as professional, yet personable with a balance of clarity and warmth. Okay, all right. Actually, I obviously have done enough in this demo account that feels okay. I've done this with a few different people. Everyone's comes up as something different. It is quite flattering, complimentary. You can also from here ask it to critique your style and how could you improve it. However you want to get to this, you've ended up with a description of your email style. So if you've done it this way with the paid license, you've got a bit of a shortcut. Otherwise, say my email tone and style is, and use words like this to describe your email tone and style. So now what we can do is say, please remember this. So that what happens is that when I draft emails in the future using Copilot Chat, it will remember that tone. So now if I go back to my previous prompt, just to show you the difference, we'll start a new conversation. I'm going to use exactly the same prompt. And you should notice, firstly, I hope you are well is not there anymore. We have got, you can see the complete difference in tone now, and I haven't had to ask it to use that tone because I've added it into the memory. You can go further with this. You can say, I always used to like the greeting hi and cheers because I'm Australian and this is what we do. So you can do whatever you like. So let's take a look at where this memory is being stored and what else you can do with it. You will find it up here in the three dots and navigate through to settings and then to personalization. And you'll find that you've got both custom instructions, we'll come back to that, and Copilot memory. You'll see that it has picked up on those things where I've asked it to remember stuff. So I've done these both quite explicitly. The user is based in Melbourne, Australia. The user's email tone and style are professional, and so on. So it's picked up on those things as well. If, let's say, I move from Melbourne and I go somewhere else, or I don't want that anymore, I can remove that. So you do have visibility and control over those things. In my real work environment, it has also picked up on just not stuff I've explicitly asked for, but just things that I constantly work on and repeatedly work on. You're working on this client with this particular proposal, or this client with this project. So again, I might want to go in there every now and again and just remove some of those things if it starts to influence too much. So it's worth going in there and understanding that. If you don't want this, you have two options. Firstly, Copilot memory is switched on. You can toggle that off. And in fact, I opted in as a user in the first place. If you don't want it to remember, you can switch that off. Or if you generally want it to remember, but other times you don't want it to remember, up in the new chat here, you have temporary chat. This is like incognito chat. So if I come in here and ask for that again now, it is working without reference to the memory. And now we're back to, I hope you're doing well, with its very AI generated voice. So you can have memory on or off. You can use the temporary chat if you like to have memory in general, but you want to do something that just for a moment forgets those things. The other thing we've got in here is Copilot instructions. So we're going to go back into settings, personalization, and the custom instructions. So this is where you can explicitly kind of write things that you want it to include around your preferences or goals. This is basically giving Copilot a meta prompt about how you want to behave. So you can ask it to speak in a certain tone to you. You can ask it to be very casual. You can say, please always make sure that things are aligned with my bigger picture goal to achieve such and such. You can do funny things like asking it to take on a character from your favorite TV show, although I think that would become annoying fairly quickly. But this is worth having a play around with because it will do this. So we could do something, let me do something silly just so that you can see what it is. At the start of each message, please give me a weather report for Melbourne. Now that's ridiculous. You don't really want to do that, but I just want to show you the idea of the kind of thing that you can do here. So we'll come back here and I will start again, and we will use the same prompt again. And you'll see with those meta instructions, it's giving me an update on the weather every time before it does that. So you can influence those sort of overarching things. I'm going to go back and remove that before I make any more videos with this demo system. Otherwise I'm going to come back and go, why is it telling me the weather? So that's the memory feature. Also a little hack in there about how you can make it sound like you. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you got value out of that, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.